Well, hey everybody, we have been waiting since about mid-March to come back on a Sunday morning and go through those doors again and worship together. And I'm happy to report this Sunday, June 7th, is the Sunday. We are going to be open to the public for everybody to regather who feels comfortable in worshiping with us. So it's going to look a little bit different, so I really just kind of want to walk you through what some of those differences are and some of the precautions that we're taking. So let's start. So the first thing is that you won't have to really touch anything in the service except for your seat, because doors like this are already going to be open for you by our greeting team. Then you come in. You'll see if you do happen to touch anything, we've got hand sanitizer at Guest Central. We'll also have hand sanitizer at other places as well. Come over here. Our bookstore actually will be open because we figure, there are retail stores that are open around town, so we can do that. But the Cove and the other side, the refreshments, will not be open. We just feel like doing food service is just a little bit too much for us to handle right now. Maybe as we go forward and the restrictions lax a little bit and we figure out a way to be able to do that as safely as possible. But for now, the Cove is going to be closed and the refreshments, we won't have those available. Our restrooms, of course, they will still be open, but that's up to your discretion to use just when you feel is necessary, and we'll be sanitizing the restrooms in between services. But we will not be using anything like this, any card or handout. We won't have the pens, we won't have the offering envelopes, so everything will be done electronically on the app for a connection card. Another hand sanitizing station you'll see there. Come through in the auditorium. And again, all these doors will be open for you, so you won't have to touch those. Another thing is that we won't be passing the offering basket physically because we don't want everybody handling the same surface. So we won't have that, but we will have these bins that if you have an offering envelope or check or whatever, you can drop it off here. But of course, many people these days have already switched to online giving through our app or through our website, and you certainly are welcome to continue to do that. So then let's go down to the seating. This is a big deal because we have all heard about social distancing. Well, that's what we're doing with our seating in the auditorium. You see these rows that are marked off. This row is closed in order to maintain social distancing. What we're doing is we're seating every other row, and we're having families sit together and then have 3 seats in between the families. And this way, we can maintain that 6 feet of social distance that's recommended to us. And the great thing is that we have this auditorium that's, rather large. And so we're able to continue to space out and still just be able to have our 2 normal service times. So it doesn't put extra pressure on our staff and our volunteers for the Sunday. So excited about that. Then you'll also see we've got some extra space down here in the front and on the sides. And one of the things that we're able to do now is to be able to have camera people down front to be able to be closer to the stage. And that's really important because we know that many of you are not going to be coming to the service on campus because, you still have some cautions, okay? And so we want to continue to make the service as intimate and that online experience as good as possible for you who are watching online. So we're going to have some camera people making sure that happens. So anyway, so that's kind of the whole deal of how we're doing worship on Sunday, June 7th at 9:30 and 11:15. At the end of the service, we'll kind of we'll dismiss the online audience, and then we're going to be dismissing our on-campus audience by rows. And what we encourage you to do is take your conversations outside. You'll be able to go either through a side door or out through the lobby, but if you would, just kind of keep going because we don't want to get the lobby clogged up and we won't be able to maintain that social distance. But we're doing everything we can to make sure that this is a safe and an enjoyable worship experience. But we know, again, this is really kind of for those people who are green lights and the yellow lights who are feeling comfortable. But if that's not you, if you still have cautions, we still love you. We're still going to minister to you. And we just hope that, you get something out of the online experience as much as we possibly can give you, okay? But we love you and can't wait to see those of you that are ready on June 7th at 9:30 and 11:15.